Good afternoon, everybody. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching yet another episode of Stylfemina Talks. Today, we are going to discuss more about women in technology. And as you know, that we've been working on this project for quite some time, and finally, we have found quite a number of great women who've done commendable job by innovating in technology. And one such lady is with me today, and her name is Padmini Gupta. Welcome to the show, Padmini, and it's so great to have you with me today.
Thank you. It's great to be on your show.
So the audience does not know much about us today, and we are going to discuss how Share and yourself have been making a difference in the present market. Uh, you guys should know that Padmini is an ex-banker, once again, somebody who's been into finance for quite some time. And she was so good at banking and finance sector that she's been able to innovate over the years and provide some commendable solutions to people. So let's hear it from herself, and Padmini will tell us more about her and, of course, the innovation that has taken place very recently through her.
Sure. So thank you so much for this. And I'll actually start, by where I started my professional journey, right? Actually started my career in banking in California. I was responsible for running a couple of $100 million portfolio in commercial banking. And I was one of the early pioneers dedicated to bringing financial products to women and minority-led businesses. And as a result, I was awarded by the US Small Business Administration. And after over a decade in banking, I decided to leave my banking career and the beautiful California bubble and pursue my master's degree at Oxford. Um, After Oxford, once I graduated, I joined the World Economic Forum as a Global Leadership Fellow to work on global public and private partnerships on issues related to first climate change, which is still an issue, and smart cities. And then I left that. I left that to come back to Dubai, which is where my family had a business. And that's actually where my entrepreneurship journey started. It started in Dubai, which is a place I actually grew up in. Um, and that journey started a few years ago, or about 5 years ago, with the Nepal earthquake. So we had a nanny who joined us about 6 months before this. And she, during the earthquake, lost her family home and shop. She came to me really shocked and asked for a sizable loan. And I realized at that point, this conversation is happening across the country. And the reason for that is that most migrants don't have access to proper banking services. It comes down to the employer and their risk appetite to support or not. So, leveraging my banking roots, I set out to solve this problem. So, and this problem, if you think about it, is not a problem for just a small segment, but for most migrants in the UAE, Middle East, the world, in fact. And that's actually how Rise was born, my first startup, born as a platform to help migrants gain access to financial services.
So Rise is how many years old?
About 5 now. We launched at the end in December of 2017. And one of the most interesting things I thought about for that journey was our first target segment was domestic workers, right? Domestic helpers, which were or 1 in 4 women in the UAE. And at that time, we also launched, because of how important they are, we launched the UAE's Best Nanny Awards to highlight not only their struggles, but also to highlight what an amazing part of our lives they are. Drive awareness. And this community of domestic helpers was really important to us as we built and scaled Rise. And then at some point in our journey, more than 5% of the UAE population was talking about us, right? So that was how we sort of grew. And that kind of led to, we're doing really well. You know, we were VC backed by some of the largest VCs in the country. So MEVP, DIFC FinTech Fund, 500 startups. We had thousands of customers, multiple product lines, all helping migrants better manage their finances. And also we had partnerships with some of the largest marquee names from AXA to Carrefour. And then COVID hit. And that's where the share journey started.
Right, right. So did COVID affect Rise very much or a little bit? How were people able to still use it during that time?
So it really affected the segment, our segment, really hard, right? So most migrants still send money home as cash. It gets used as cash. And during COVID, if you think about it, you know, sending cash home, getting cash, or even spending cash became impossible. Painful, in fact. So, you know, here we are, we're doing really well. You know, more people want to open up and use the financial services that we have at offer, but it's not working for them as much, right? We've got thousands of people with bank accounts for them to get their family is about taking cash and then sending it home, moving the money. So why not send over spending capacity instead? Why move money at all? Share it from where it's at. And that's actually how Share was born. Share effectively allows anyone, anywhere to share their card with their friends or family instantly and with the security that you need and the control that you need.
So when it comes to using Share, if the family members are in a different country, and do you think they can still use it and still benefit?
Yes. In fact, it's probably one of the best ways to do it because not everyone in all countries has access to debit or credit cards, right? And you can't, you know, what do we do in those cases? We give them the card number. We give them the card. And that's just effectively not only losing control, but you really have no transparency as to what's going on, how much is needed at any point. So Share gives you the ability to almost share your access with your dependents and control what is happening with that spend. If you
This is
think about
very interesting, by the way. It's like, without any problems, you are able to share money and solve the financial issues, even when you are not with them physically.
yes, and actually that's how we all live, right? So um, you know, my partner and I will share our cards, and my kids, we will share cards with them because essentially that's how expenditure happens. You know, you've got a couple of people that are the income earners, and then you've got multiple dependents. And we've been, you know, across the world, actually, we share money with each other, but that wasn't replicated in the digital world. And with COVID, that sort of just brought it to the forefront, right? Why move money? Why not share spending capacity?
Right. So I'm assuming that Share is active since 2020 or 2021.
Oh, well, we are coming up to our 2-year anniversary of launching in January 17th will be our 2 years. So it's relatively young.
Yeah, it's new, but still not new. I'm sure that the team has been improvising on it all along to make it seamless. So my next question is, how were you able to ensure security? and seamless transaction in such a system?
We built the technology ourselves. We have a couple of whizzes on our team, the founding team. Our CTO is a whiz. He's built payment systems across the world. Um, and work for large bulge bracket banks. Our head of our CPO, excuse me, has actually worked on, so when is not only did he work for a top four management consulting company and strategy, but he was one of the first people that was called to help build the strategy around internet.org, Facebook's initiative on giving internet to the world, right? So we've got some pretty, really cool people on our team. And so when they thought about how we build this, they used the best of technology and security systems. It's proprietary tech, so no one else has it, to build it.
This is very unique, really,
Thank you.
and it's great. The fact that it makes everybody's life so easy.
Well, we're not at everybody yet, but we hope to be. But yes, it should make lots of people's lives easy, right? If you think about it, right? What are we all doing all the time? We're thinking about ways to give our teens new cards. We're thinking about, well, how do we remit money? How do we, create a supplementary card for a spouse or a mother or whomever or a father, right? So we're thinking about those things, and essentially Share removes the need for all of those, and it allows you to build for yourself on our platform. It's essentially what I call user-generated finance, allowing people to control what is being spent and how much is being spent, and allow the people that are using the cards to spend it the way they want.
Right, this is great. So what, according to you, is the future of finance?
That's a really okay. So let me. That's a difficult question. Um, the way I look at finance is that finance itself shouldn't be a product. It should be weaved into the activities of everyday life, right? And that's why I'm so up on what we're building at Share, because it replicates what's happening in real life with what you're doing on the platform. It's allowing people to actually share their cards, share their money in a way that they would do it in real life, but with the people that depend on them. And so I think, I know that Share is the future of finance.
Right, I got that. As a woman in technology, what is your vision?
My vision for the company is, our actually. So let me tell you what our mission is, because we're now focused on growing Share, right? So our vision is of bringing 2/3 of humanity better access to finance, and my vision is to enable Share to do that.
That is nice. Do you have a 5-year plan, or where do you see Share in next 5 to 10 years? Or am I going very far?
Look, as a startup, you always think, a year in advance. What is my 5-year plan? Or it's the vision, right? Bringing 2/3 of humanity better access to finance through Share. That's my vision. And whether it takes a year, 5 years, 10 years, that's sort of how we will build this.
Okay,
I
that
think
is
that's
interesting.
kind of the
Yeah, that is fine. So, when you look around you and you feel that, okay, you have come a long way from where you were in the banking sector in the US, and then you moved to Dubai and you were able to launch your own ventures and then grow into creating wonderful solutions for people in this realm of finance and tech. So, do you feel that there is a lot of opportunity here, especially in the UAE, for women entrepreneurs, and they can have a brighter future if they are launching businesses here? Just an opinion.
You know, I have seen so many women entrepreneurs thriving here, and so many, and it's actually it's amazing to see that, especially to see it in, you know, in the city that I live in, right? It's actually amazing to see that. So I definitely see that women are and will continue to thrive over here, because entrepreneurship is a way of taking control of that journey, not allowing people to sort of let you hit that glass ceiling quite as hard.
Yes, yes, I agree. I believe entrepreneurship is all about living the kind of life you, this is what it is to me. So you can do a lot of things, not just for yourself, but also for the people who are around you. And of course, for the society at large. It's not just about making money, of course. So thank you so much for today, Padmini. It was amazing to talk to you. One last message for our audience. I want them to get something today from us.
Um, well, look, there's a word a friend shared with me, and I actually love this word. It's Leidenschaft, right? It means that ability to endure, to embrace the struggle, and to overcome suffering because you know there's something bigger. And passion is what you bring to the table when that going gets tough. It's that energy and enthusiasm you have through the struggles, not how much you enjoy the journey when things are going well. And passion has played a major role in my journey. So what would I say? I'd say use your passion as your guide. Do the things you want to create your Leidenschaft, and then follow in that direction towards action. Write your own story. Be uncomfortable with the risk, then take it anyway, because you're being guided by your passion and your vision.
Yes, this is great. Thank you so much. And it's a beautiful message for you guys. Stay in touch with us. We will bring you more for Stylfemina Talks very soon. Thank you, Padmini, and have a great day.
Thank you. Take
Take
care.
care. Bye bye.